company of Carl Amor and Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Jenna. We'll start with the teams then. Hosts Wigan and Matt Peake's side have started superbly. 2 wins from 2 for the Warriors. They sit at the top of the table, and their back three have started superbly. 6 tries between Field, Eckersley and Marshall already this season. Still no Jake Wardle, so Liam Farrell continues in the centres alongside Adam Kieran. And Bevan French has scored tries in both Super League games so far. He's partnered in the half by Harry Smith. The Wigan pack were outstanding last week. The front row once again made up by Havard, O'Neill and Thompson. And the back row seats Junior Nasemba, Sam Walters and the ever-impressive Cade Ellis in the pack. Plenty of size on the bench as well for Wigan, alongside Tom Forber, 3 props. And the 18th man is Sambu for Matty Peake. So what about Leigh then? Another tough fixture for them. The 3rd successive week they played a team from last year's top 6. Adrian Lamb has also got an explosive back three. Bailey Hodgson, the former Warrior, Josh Charlie, and Innes Senior's made a flying start as a Leopard as well. Noah Myler Hanley for the Leopards. They go with Keenan Brand and Tessie New in the centres. And in the halves, it's Adam Cook alongside the king of the assists, Lachlan Lamb. No Edwin Ipape, he's got a knee problem, so Liam Horn starts. Mulhern and Offahangawi alongside him. And in the back row, it's Holton, Trout and the impressive Isaac Liu. The bench, former Wigan man Jack Hughes is on there with Davis O'Brien and Jacob Alec. That's the lineups then. Let's get ready for the Battle of the Borough. For the last 2 seasons, Leigh's Super League hopes have been ended in this building. Can they gain a modicum of revenge tonight? Another big crowd. It's been such a good start to the start of the Super League season. Big crowds everywhere we go. And high impact, high intensity rugby league as well. Might be heading to Vegas at the weekend, but it's rock and roll here at the Brick Community Stadium tonight. Alongside me, Kyle Amor, and you're looking forward to seeing a couple of players in particular.
Yeah, sure am, Mark. Good evening to you and everyone at home as well. You know, it's important that the new recruit in Adam Cook, he features, but Jay Field as well. You know, a man who has started in red-hot form. It may only be round 3, but he hasn't missed a beat. 2 tries to his name last week and 185 metres out of backfield. Sensational player and doing everything good for the Warriors already in 2026. And I mentioned him just then, Adam Cook, by his own standards, and even his coach was just asking for a little bit more, particularly the way he kicks the ball. He's going to have to be superb in that department tonight, because the last thing you want to do, Mark, is come away with poor kicks and land in Jay Field's arms.
All right, go right.
Yeah. Heard from
good luck, mate.
Adrian Lamb earlier saying that it will take time for his new signing to find his feet in the Super League.
Stay onside from the kick-off, boys.
Been a tough old start for Leigh. Leeds, St Helens and now Wigan. Liam Moore, the referee in the middle. Chris Kendall, our video referee tonight. About to get underway, the latest Battle of the Borough. It's the cherry and white of Wigan against Leigh. There's a smoke still around the stadium. Fireworks off the pitch. We're expecting them on it as well. Already at match number 33 of the new season. It's coming thick and fast. Every game live on Sky Sports, and this one, Carl, one to savour.
It sure is. You cast your mind back 12 months ago, the opener for season 2025, that 1-0 epic. Gareth O'Brien, of course, landing that in Golden Point. Well, I'm not quite sure we'll see that here tonight, Mark, but certainly a contest, no doubt about it.
Yeah, brought forward here by the Leopards. That's the last one, and they're not yet out of their 30. They're going to have to kick from deep. That'll be Lamb who will hoist it, and this is going to be caught just outside the Wigan 30 by Field. He'll bring it forward. Well, last week, Wigan were dominant from the kickoff with ball in hand, and that's a really good aggressive defensive set from the Warriors.
Yeah, superb, really. Challenging the visitors to kick the ball from deep inside their own half. Jay Field collects, and in the blink of an eye, Wigan will get the first look in Leigh's territory with Marshall.
Yeah, he's over the halfway line. Leigh got some early defending to do. O'Neill finds Ellis. And now work down that short side to French. Turns it back on the angle for Walters. Try scorer last week against Hull. Last one for the Warriors. Smith gets his hands on it. He's sending it down the short side. An early tester on the far side. Ball is on the ground. It went backwards, says the referee. Leigh happy to get their hands upon it.
Adam Kieran just climbing to that ball. And it was the Leigh Leopards who were there straight away. Liam Horn just pouncing on that loose pill.
Into the tackle count, halfway through it, and again there's still Pendle. Went hunting there. Union December didn't quite come up with the tackle he wanted. The player left in the ruck here now, a short side play. Ball works its way to the near side to Brand. Brand cuts back in, he's up against Farrell in the centre. Tackle made, last one. And Leigh this time will have a little bit more room as Cook under pressure. Gets the kick high. Marshall will catch it on the full. He will run back in field and he'll be tackled just inside the Wigan 30.
Yeah, two nice pieces of kick pressure. The first one from Ethan Havard and then Brad O'Neill just trying to disrupt the half-back there and not allowing him to kick exactly where he wants. Decent work.
O'Neill pops it up. There is Kieran, who will not want to complete the hat-trick today, having ended the last two matches in the sin bin. That's a nice carry straight through the middle for Wigan. On a bit of a roll here. Havard will play it now to O'Neill. Gets it away to French. French wrapped up 25 out. Last one, and again Wigan are going to ask the question with a high kick. And again they're going to that far side. Looking towards the likes of Eckersley. Lovely take from Leigh. They do well, but they're wrapped up 5 off their own line.
Yeah, but it's again the Warriors just finishing the set on their terms. Difficult carries now coming out of backfield, even though there's only 3 minutes gone.
.20 off the Leigh line. Early pressure for the Warriors, but Leigh's defence so far has been good.
Another good bit of contact there, Mark. Union Sember, Brad O'Neill just dictating terms to Charnley.
Carried forward by Leo. His first start of the season, was ever present last year for the Leopards. Again, they kick it inside the 30. This is a swirling kick. Field waits underneath it. Now he'll bring it back, looking to counter down this near side, and he will drive Keenan Brand back, and they'll start just short of the 40. So again, it's a good defensive set from Wigan.
It is, and Matty Peet will be wanting to keep that up in this game.
Play short of halfway. Here now is Farrell. Angled drive, great carry from the veteran. And numbers down the short side. O'Neill though went back in field, and it's another robust run. Wigan making some good meters here. Now they'll get it away to Smith. Moves it to Junior December. Runs at Cook, who stands his ground and makes the tackle. Last one. Field will get it away to Smith. Time to set. Kicks, you won't be happy with that kick. It's going to come down, but there was not enough pressure initially, but the chase so good.
Well, the guys pitch side, Mark, you're right, it is so good. The guys pitch side mentioned about Harry Smith's kicking, and this is exactly what it looks like. It's almost perfect. In fact, it is perfect, isn't it?
It is in the end, yeah, it is, I have to say.
1 metre short, making sure that Senior has to arrive onto it, and as soon as he's there, Walters and Kieran, they create 6 more for the Warriors.
And his Senior's made a good start, hasn't he? Life with the Leopards. Matt Peet happy with both the opening performances of the season. He'll be happy tonight when we speak to him post-match. Here goes Thompson. Oh, he's popped it up. Leigh's defence forces the first error.
Well, Leigh needed this, Mark, because that was the 3rd set in a row, and I was going to mention about the Warriors, how fast that they look carrying the ball, but Frankie Holton does enough there to right shoulder contact, loose carry from Thompson, and the bubble bursts in the opening 5 minutes. Pressure that the Warriors were putting onto the Leopards. What a wonderful piece of contact from Holton, needed to be as well.
Yeah, it was. That was a good shot. Right, Leigh finally gets some ball away from their try line. What can they do with it here? Samba makes the tackle. Horn, the former Castleford man, his first Super League start. for the offload there, weren't they, the Leopards? Held on to it. Offengawi. I think Offengawi's got a problem. Offengawi's got a problem here for the Leopards. He signalled to the bench as soon as he's going off.
Yeah, he's leaving the side of the field.
I think he might have pulled his calf. He signalled there. He signalled as soon as he took that carry that he couldn't carry on. So that is a nightmare for the Leopards. Kick high, Fields underneath it. Well, you don't want to lose one of your star forwards 7 minutes into the game, Kyle, and that is a hammer blow for Adrian Lamb and the Leopards.
It sure is. You know, he carried the ball so well last week against St Helens. A couple of offloads in there as well. A decent pickup last season. It's a sad sight to see him go. A shake of the head. He knows that he's done for tonight for sure.
Yeah. Here's a chance now for French. French cuts back in, weaving his way along the face of the defence. Finds Smith, who drops the shoulder. Oh, goes to pace. Smith, ankle tap tackle, stops him. That was a great ankle tap tackle. Smith showed a real burst of pace there. Here's Thompson, runs it in this time inside the 20.
That's all too quick here.
It is, and now they're going down the short side. Here's French again. Options. Oh, too many maybe. Ball on the ground. Field will pick it up, but they lose ground, and that's the turnover. Disappointed end to a very good set though from Wigan.
Yeah, it was, and it all started with the break from Harry Smith. He just snaps hard off his left foot and shows a turn of pace that I haven't seen from him for some time. But in the end, it's Bevan French with a loose pass, and that'll be disappointing for Pete.
Well, this is it then. Let's have a look at this. Goes into contact. Now, does his foot maybe get caught underneath?
Yeah, it looks like his right foot underneath, and he's had a bit of a hip drop in there. O'Neill loses his legs pretty quick, and maybe not quite as full on as a...
For a play to literally within a second of getting up, he put his hand up to say he's got to come off. He's obviously heard, felt, he knows his body. Something's gone wrong there. We hope that's not a serious injury, because he's a key player for this side. Now we've got a penalty here for Wigan. So this is going to be a chance then for the Warriors. Field was tackled, wasn't he? We thought it was going to be a handover. We'll try and decipher what went on there. We believe it was a forearm to the face in the tackle, which on the last tackle is pretty silly.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the nearest Wigan have been. They're knocking on the door. They're coming to this edge. Field gets it away. Here's Marshall. Cuts back in. But look at the Leopards around him, trying to get him over the sideline. Oh, he's called held. And he'll play it again. Farrell gets it away. Smith now will move it to O'Neill. O'Neill gets it away to Field. Field moves it wide. Bounces for Eckersley. And he's going to be tackled about 12 out. It's all Wigan at the moment, but Leigh's defence holding firm. All now back to Ellis. He'll lay the platform. Last one. Options. They're going short side here with French. Fires the pass. What a pass! Kieran's in. Bevan French with the assist. Ruthless pass. Took out two defenders. And Kieran powers in for the Warriors. They lead early in the back of the brick.
Well, you mentioned the pass there from Bevan French, but it was a beautiful line as well, wasn't it? From the right centre, Adam Kieran. Simbin last week, right at the end. You just see here Lachlan Lamb, just a needless, pointless forearm into the face of Jay Field. Gives away the penalty. And then towards the end of that next set, it's Lachlan Lamb who just loses his sight of his man here. And the ball gets cut out, and Adam Kieran goes in between Innes Senior and Tessie New. 4-0.
Great pass, great line, great try. He's so disappointed, Leigh, having defended for the entire opening part of the game, to give away a penalty on the last tackle like that.
Yeah. Oh, and this Warriors outfit, the way that they are attacking season 2026, you just cannot afford to give them field position like that. Got to make them earn every single part of it. And a cheap penalty, they make you pay.
Well, now can Kieran add the extras? 5 from 6 against Hull last week. He's an 84% chance of kicking this one. That's the angle he's got. Sends it on the way. Never going anywhere else. But straight through the middle. 6 points to 0, Wigan Leigh.
Yeah, brilliant from French. Just skips overs, gets Lamb interested. The cut-out ball there just gets in between Tessignou and Innis Senior. All caught ball watching.
Innis Senior didn't enjoy that one, but he did. Kieran over. I mentioned the back three. Look at that picture. We do hope that is nothing too serious, but I think the look on Joe Fangawi's face says that he knows something's gone quite seriously wrong there. He's now Junior December. Well wrapped up by Leigh. O'Neill finds Havard. Havard finds his front, wants a quick play of the ball. He'll get one as well, and O'Neill's already off. They're rolling downfield. Another big carry. This is looking ominous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The forward pack are just rolling 12, 15 metres forward. Smith with space out the back to Field.
Yeah, Field's got options. Didn't use Farrell in the end, and Cook will drag him to the ground. Last one. Wigan just starting to go through the gears here. Smith again will hoist it high. Can the chasers get there? Kieran's after it. Ball was collected cleanly, and Leigh will go to ground. 10 off their own line, but Wigan at the moment are turning it over right on their terms.
They certainly are, and they're picking on Innis Senior at the moment. 4 kicks that have landed right on his head. You see the possession, 60% to the home team. And the meters, Wigan just rolling at the moment.
Yeah, they are. All now with Mulhern. He's pushed back.
The Leopards, they just haven't had any ball in any decent position other than what we're seeing here. Another deep kick from inside their own half. A catch on the full. And the Warriors roll forward once more.
Yeah, and again, they start 5 short of the halfway line. All popped up to Eckersley. What a start to the season he's had, by the way. 4 tries in the Cup and 3 so far in the Super League, and I've just done it. I've done it live on the TV. Well, they can challenge it if they wish to. They're having a bit of a chat about it now.
So, in my opinion, it's lost into the Leigh man. Okay? Thank you. Where do you want it, boys?
It will be.
Okay then, boys. Let's go.
I'll tell you what, may have had a case here. Just what Trout's right arm over the top as he joins in just there. Loose carry, I think. It doesn't actually hit the floor, does it?
Doesn't hit the floor. Did it hit the Leigh man? Well, that'd have been an interesting challenge.
Well,
Straight out, Luke.
it's the first real time mark that we've seen Leigh cross over this part of the field in the opening 15 minutes. Cries for a forward pass there.
Tight. Here they go, the Leopards. Ball back on the inside, looking for Bailey Hodgson.
It's good defence.
Feeling they need to try and create some room for the likes of Hodgson to get some meters downfield. At the moment, Leigh behind, but they're on the attack. Lamb gets it away. Here is Hodgson, nowhere to go. Last one. What will the kick be like at the end of this set? Now back to Cook. He's launching high. Charnley and Brand are after it. Marshall underneath it, got up high, but he's instantly tackled. Good work from Keenan Brand. Not a bad set from the Leopards. Now can they force an error down this end of the field?
No, it's important that Leigh do what Wigan have been doing in the opening exchanges of this game and go after them defensively, really restrict the meters and challenge them to kick the ball from deep inside their own half. They're going to have to be good here.
Eckersley tackled on the 20. Nice footwork from Walters. Been using him as a prop, haven't they? But with the switch of Farrell to centre. They've slotted him back in the back row, and he's equally adept at both now. Walters, the former Leeds man. Here's Smith looking for a possible 40-20, but Hodgson's back will catch it on the full. And now he does get a chance to tear off infield. He's all action. What's tackled? 25 out from the Leigh line.
He's certainly a threat, isn't he? Bailey Hodgson out of backfield. It was 215 metres to his name last week, and similar again in round one.
They're moving it along the line. Real go forward at the moment for Leigh. You know, there's a chance for a play down the short side. Tackle is made on Jacob Alec. Now they're just short of the halfway line. Last one for the Leopards.
At the back 5. Outside.
Lamb goes high. Eckersley made that look pretty easy, didn't he, as he collects it on the full and brings it forward. This is what we've got coming up round 3 tomorrow night. Castleford, Huddersfield, 2 teams without a win. Sky Sports Plus, as is Hull against York. Looking for a second win. Sky Sports Plus 7.55. Saturday we're at Warrington. They take on Wakefield 5.25. And also on Saturday the Dragons take on Saints 5-6 for that one. And then we're live from Las Vegas. Hull Kingston Rovers taking on Leeds. All the build-up from 11 o'clock on Sky Sports Plus. And Sunday, Bradford looking for back-to-back odds or wins, take on Toulouse. And we're looking for 3 from 3. And every Monday, the Bench Podcast. Sam Eze is trying to wrestle a few off. Paul Deacon of the Wigan Warriors is our guest. Inside the ball back on the inside. Back to Smith. It's foot. It went forward. It's going to be pulled back. It's going to be pulled back. Nearly, but not quite.
Well, you've just got to have eyes everywhere. Field popping up on the inside. Sorry, French. And the ball back to Smith when it was forward. Just here as he releases that pass.
That was an interesting roll of the dice, wasn't it, from Wigan?
Back up, boys. Back up.
The quarter of the game gone. Just the one try so far for the Warriors. These are tough moments for the Leopards, but credit to them. Defensively, they've held on.
Right out now. 2. Hold. Goal 2. Frankie, play the ball, lad.
Here's Leo taken off his feet. Good contact from Partington. In fact, it was Ellis. Sorry, my apologies. Ball now with Mulhern.
Out now. 4. Hold. Goal 4.
A little bit of hush around the Brick Community Stadium as the Leopards work their way into Wigan territory. Here is Lamb, sends it high. Can Leigh get some bodies in and around this one? Eckersley off the ground, got up high, needs to get to the ground. He's pushed back. That's a great chase from the Leopards.
Yeah, it is. It's what's needed as well. Just pin Wigan into that corner. I nearly said good contact from Mulhern there, but he slips underneath, pinches a few more metres forward. Here comes Marshall. That's where you've got to be really good against Wigan. They're outside backs, offloading the ball. Farrell now sees an opportunity.
He does, and he makes 10, 15 metres. Oh, he had the pass. And now they're still going. Here's Field. Wigan starting to find some big holes in this defence. Good offloading game. Ball now works its way. Here's Smith. Smith slips a ball to Walters. Walters looking to offload. Here's Smith. Smith got support with him. Tries to go past the fullback. Gets the ball away. It's still alive here. O'Neill going for the line. He got it away. And the tackle made 5 off the line. Partington plays it. Here's French. French going for the line. Can he get it down? Can he get it down? He thinks he's scored again, Bevan French. And the referee agrees. Well, it looked impossible for him to get over the line, but Wigan offloading. Too quick for the Leopards, and Bevan French is over. It's another Super League try for the Flying French.
It was disappointing in the end from Adrian Lamb, because Lachlan Lamb lands the ball in the corner and the outside backs get them going forward. A wonderful line there from Walters, who just pops the pass back to Smith, who then keeps this ball alive. And Brad O'Neill just goes back across. Partington gets pulled down. Another quick play of the ball. And then Bevan French. You do not need to invite a player of his ability with that much grass ahead of him. Too big, too strong. Gets that ball down. And it's 10-0. And the Leopards are just chasing shadows at the moment, Mark.
The speed of the play of the ball, the offloading game, the support play at the moment is just too much for the Leopards.
Well, they certainly look like a side that are chasing down all of Hull KR's trophies. It must sting with them. It can't sit right with them. And the way that they've approached 2026, you wouldn't bet them going the distance. A big call already in round 3, don't get me wrong, but they are playing like a side that's hurting, Mark.
Yeah, they are indeed. You get too many of the odds makers disagreeing with your opinion. 61%. 3 metres in from touch. Kieran for 12-0. Sends a kick towards the post, and there you go again. Another 2 added on to the tally. Wigan dominant early on and starting to put the points on to back up that dominance.
There's so many different players. Of course, Bevan French, he'll take the plaudits at the end. But it was the carry from Adam Kieran to ride through Robbie Mulhern's tackle. And then it was Liam Marshall to skirt across and find an offload. Liam Farrell takes off. And then that's the end product. Bevan French getting over the line, but it all started 10 metres away from the Warriors line.
Onside.
Super Bevan French.
He is. He's probably got a big S under that Wigan shirt on his chest. He should have. An outstanding rugby league player. Let's have a look then what's been going on so far. Look at that, 58% possession, far more meters, far more post-contact meters. Look at that offloads and play of the ball stat as well. All Wigan at the moment, and they're dominating in all facets of the game.
They can't even get back the 10. A 6 against called. It's too quick.
Yeah, it is 6
Ethan
again.
Havard, he's looking for an arm. Gets
He finds it. Here now is O'Neill. O'Neill cutting loose, gets through. They're hanging by a thread here, the Leopards. They could be about to get blown out of the water early on. Here's Havard. Carries strong again. Up to the 20 he goes. O'Neill finds Smith. Back for Junior Nasemba. Leigh hold him out. But they're back defending their own line again. O'Neill to Partington. Can't find the pass this time. Wrapped up a few metres out from the line. Can Leigh hold firm here? Here is Smith. Short pass, good defence from the Leopards. Get bodies in front this time. Last one. Wigan looking for a third try. Back to Smith. Going to float it across towards Nasemba. Nasemba bats it back. Big trouble here. Field's going to go in. Wigan are in again. Nasemba's back. And there is Field. Wigan running riot at the Brit tonight. They lead by 16 points to 0.
Well, the Leopards have just been completely blown out of the water. They're not winning any first-up contact. It's too quick. And the Warriors, again, they just look so excited to be here tonight. And Jay Field, he had a number of options there. He decides to go on his own and gets his 3rd try of the season already. We talked about him pre-game, and we knew it wouldn't be long before he got his name on the score sheet. A wonderful bat back there from Nasemba. And the ball over the top may have been there for Liam Marshall. Well, Jay Field pumps the ball, sees the space, and takes it. And with that, he takes Wigan Warriors to a 16-0 lead here in the Battle of the Borough.
I mentioned to you, I've seen all 3 of Wigan's games this year. They were good at Cass. They had a lot of ball. Credit to Castleford. They kept them out for a long time. Last week against Hull, the forwards were dominant. They could have had a few more points, but tonight it's all clicking, isn't it? The forwards are getting on top. Now the backs are making hay with all this extra time and space.
It is. Look, and the outside backs are rightly so getting on the score sheet, but there's been a big platform laid by Ethan Havard Brad O'Neill, Thompson when he was out there. Walters has been quite damaging on that right edge. Ethan Havard in particular looks really fit.
Talking to John Wilkin about Ethan Havard, he thinks he's going to have a massive season this year.
Well, I think the interpretation of the ruck is certainly going to help Ethan Havard. He's a big, powerful, athletic front rower. He started the game brightly tonight, 25 minutes in and still going.
Yeah. Kieran looking to make it 3 from 3. Strikes that one, and that's another 2 to the tally. You'd have to say it's a very impressive opening 26 minutes. They're loving it, and why wouldn't they be loving it? The Warriors on top by 18 points to 0.
Yeah, they're here to play. Make no mistake about it. Julian Sember just getting over the top of Kieran Brand, using all that 6'6" frame of his. Big left palm back. Field just loitering out the back. And in the end, he had a little bit of work to do, but he's able to do it with ease.
I think they had the foil of Marshall. He had Marshall unmarked on the wing, didn't he? And I think Leigh had to try and cover that. A huge weekend for the Super League. Saturday night, we're going stateside again for the second year. This time it's a turn of Hull, Kingston Rovers and Leeds. All the action from the Allegiant Stadium, 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Sky Sports Plus for all that. All the build-up and all the action. And now flick pass. Here's Walters. Ball on the ground. Was hit by a Leigh player, so it's fair play. It's a good job a Leigh body got in the way there, because they were cutting loose again, Wigan.
Yeah, they certainly had numbers on that right edge. But for Leigh, they have to start to build something here.
Yeah, lovely flick pass from Havard. Walters tried to get it round. It was Innes Senior who got a hand in the way. And despite the fact they were inside their own half, that might have been a try-saver. Here come the Leopards now. Can they hit back? Quick hands. Oh, they've turned it over. They can't. And now the ball almost with Walters was about to break away. Holm couldn't take it in. And look at that picture. Adrian Lamb knows his side are in trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, they dropped the ball on the third play. And just look how quickly the Warriors transition defence into attack. 6 again called. And already Eckersley takes us over the halfway line.
Here now is Marshall. Not seen much of it in terms of attack, but he's certainly got through his carries as he always does. Such a key part of this Wigan side. Here's Partington. Now finds Sam Eze. He impressed last week. O'Neill finds French, pops it back. Havard, his go-to man. Tackled. Again, finds his front and gets a quick play. Here now is Smith. Smith, short pass, bounces up beautiful for Field. And that'll be another set of 6. Oh, Leeds, everything's going wrong. Here's O'Neill. Partington ramps up. They're going to say that was okay. Ball now goes short side. Here's Field. Field with a step. They backed off him. Field still going. Gets it away. Smith's in. Forward try for Wigan. Field cutting the Leopards apart. And Harry Smith knocks down under the post. Derby day delight for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's an onslaught, all right. They presented a big 4. Jail Field looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. Well, there's some tired bodies through the middle of the field. They've been on the back foot constantly for half an hour. And Harry Smith just keeps alive. And Jay Field, he gives him the nod and the ball's there, and it's a simple score in the end. But it all came about on a tackle 3 error. Frankie Holton can't take it in. The defence of the Warriors are just making Leigh play where they don't want to, and Field, again, there's a switch off through the middle of the middle part of the field, Mark. Jay Field sees it out the corner of his eye, sees some sideway hips, some tired bodies. And Harry Smith, well, he'll not score an easier one than that for some time.
No, he won't. We'll enjoy it nevertheless. Yeah, he just spotted, didn't he, someone half a yard behind the defensive line, and that's all he needs.
Jacob Alec. He was working hard, but it was slow and it was sideways.
Just to make things worse for Leigh, Patrick Mago's just strolled onto the field.
Well, he came on and helped change round 1 against Castleford. 24 minutes off the bench of pure carnage.
Yeah.
And he's going to get 10 minutes for a breather for the big fella.
Half an hour of absolute destruction from the Wigan Warriors.
It's just the speed, Mark, isn't it, that's what's impressed me.
Yeah. Here's Kieran. Slots another two. 24 points to 0. Well, they were pretty impressive in the first half last week, Wigan, but they are being ruthless tonight, and Adrian Lamb's Leopards have got no answers.
It all started from that first set defensively. The Warriors' movements painted the picture for what was to come. It's just been an onslaught with ball in hand, just so quick against the loose Leopards.
Stay onside, boys, onside.
Tough half an hour. Not many teams have done this to the Leopards since their Super League return. Here goes Mago. Good carry. And again, he's on his front and he's playing it well. Markers are trying to get back on side. Here's Junior December.
Again, it's just loose. Able to run through with ease, land on his front. Penalty given away now. You cannot play a game of rugby league if you're not prepared to put your body in front.
Hughes just hanging on a bit too long. Smith boots Wigan over the halfway line.
Back up, boys.
Here is Mago again. O'Neill finds French. Here's Havard. Again, the line is bent.
22 metres and 2 carries.
Yeah. More points here would be devastating. French wrestles out of a tackle. Skips away from one. Is he tackled? He's not tackled. To get it away. Ball bounces on the ground. Here's Walters. Walters drives it inside the 10. Trying to get an arm free. Stands in the tackle. Eventually falls over. But Leigh here are on the ropes. And they're in danger of being knocked out quite emphatically here. Ball with Field. Field puts the brakes on, rolled the kick through. I'm not sure that was the right play. Leigh survive, and in the end, a bit of a reprieve for the Leopards.
Yeah, sloppy end to the set there, really. Well, it was on tackle 3 as well, so disappointing, no doubt about it. Nobody really on that same page as Jay Field. But I think you can forgive him at 24-0.
Yeah. He can. Ball goes forward. Here's Walters and O'Neill. I think a sign of the dominance that we're going to look at. Brad O'Neill's shirt. He's been playing 32 minutes in the middle of the field. He's barely got a bit of mud on him, and now a disaster. That was a knock on, and they're in touch. Charlie knocked that ball on. But just going back to that point, you're playing in the middle of the pitch on a muddy field. You should be filthy. He's just dominating, isn't he? He's having so much ball in hand all the time.
I can't think to a time where I've saw Leigh in the last couple of seasons put a performance like this in. It's been so one-sided.
They were well beaten at Hull Kingston Rovers. I think he got 30-0 or something like that, Hull KR, last year, early in the year. But not many teams have done this to them, have they? Look at that. Nearly 3 times as many. The only thing that Leigh are on top on is the completions, but they've barely had any sets to complete.
Well, look, the scoreboard reads 24. But I think that might creep up again here.
Well, here they come, knocking on the door. Out the back to Field. This time gets it to Farrell. Farrell for the line. Needs 2 tries for his 150 for Wigan. He won't get much closer than that without getting over tonight. Field collects, gets it away. Here now is O'Neill, finds Smith, bodies out. One of them is French. French well met and held and tackled. 5 out from the line. Leigh, credit to them. They're turning up. Smith, Mago, loops a pass to Havard. Had to support with him in French there. Maybe could have passed it, the big man. He held on, last one.
6 again.
Smith waits to, set restart on the last tackle again. Here's Partington. Ball's on the ground, and now it's a penalty for a ball steal.
Well, really sloppy from Leigh. Last tackle, 6 again. And then a penalty. You just see the arm there, just ripping the ball. Bailey Hodgson.
Here's Smith, finds Farrell.
And now Jack! Come on, hit the line. Hit the line.
This is a big, big 5 minutes here. May go. Trying to put him, and not even look like putting him down there. Ball fired back to Smith. Here's Union Nasemba. Nasemba, that was a good first up, but they offload it back to Smith. Smith offloads it, Partington. That's an awful pass. Lamb's intercepted it, and he gets it away to Tessie New. Look, Matty Pete will be delighted with the opening 30 minutes. He may well be delighted with this as well. It's a penalty. I was going to say, last 2 sets attacking has just got a bit sloppy, hasn't it, from Wigan?
It has, and that's probably a message from Matty Pete for a near enough perfect first 40. The kick from Jayfield, perhaps just pushing it and playing the scoreboard, 24 up, creating or trying things on their own, and then Partington trying to come up with a miracle ball, 25 metres long, and Lachlan Lamb picked it out the air, but then the penalty's given away off the back of it.
Leigh, for the first time, what feels like an eternity, have got their hands on the ball.
Well, they need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here in the last 4 minutes.
Well, credit to them, they didn't concede again when they looked out on their feet. They managed to find a way to keep Wigan out.
A good read there from Farrell.
Oh, ball's on the ground, it was backwards, and now Davis will collect it, and he gets a good 10-15 metres downfield. Short pass, Leigh gets it away to Lamb.
Oh, good shot again.
There's the ball on the ground. Here's Leigh, runs it in, 20 out. Last one for Leigh. Can they come up with a special play to break down Wigan? Ball now works its way across the field. Here now is Brand. He's got to get it away to Lamb. Lamb will fire it across field. This is the last tackle. Hodgson has it. Is he going to roll the kick in behind? He is. French wants to pick it up. Was not convincing. And in the end, it's poked dead there by Eckersley on the sweep up. And Leigh almost broke this Wigan defence.
Yeah, it was off the cuff. I mean, the play before, Mark, they ran down the right-hand side, and it was just so easy to defend. The skirt back across, Lamb over to Bailey, and Bailey just chancing his arm and rolling the kick in, and nearly comes away with it. French making a mess of it, and Eckersley in there to pat it dead, or kick it dead rather.
Yeah. Well.
Let's go, Harry.
Ball propelled towards the halfway line. Here goes Jack Hughes, former Wigan Warrior himself. Davis out of dummy half. Present last year, Matt Davis. Lamb gets it away.
Release!
Now he's held up in the tackle. 20 out. Ball to Cook. Short to Alec. He's wrapped up 10 away. Ball's on the ground. He's lost it. Smith pounces on it.
That's exceptional work from Brad O'Neill on the inside from Market to lend weight in that. The ball gets dispossessed. Brilliant work from Wigan's number 9.
He's been outstanding opening 38 minutes. Let's have a look at it again.
Just keep your eyes here at the bottom of the screen. O'Neill there, not just happy with his work from Market, making sure he's chasing, getting into contact. Adrian Lamb, penny for his thoughts.
Here's Smith. That play. Yes, another set of 6. Field assesses. And just as right, we'll take the tackle. They're going to get the last attacking set then here, Wigan. Mago carries forward. Essential they don't concede here, Leigh.
Yeah.
Here's Walters. Turns, spins. Well, here with Havard again. Havard ploughing a lone furrow. Inside the 20 he goes. So we've got a couple of tackles left. Here's Smith, short Nasemba. Field puts it down. So they have had additional chances at the end of the half, Wigan, but they haven't been able to capitalise on them.
it sounds harsh saying this, but they've been sloppy in this last sort of 8-9 minutes, haven't they? But at 24-0, there's the man chasing perfection.
Shot clock on.
Just come up with a couple of loose bits of play when they could have landed the killer blow, make no mistake. He's got some big words to say at half-time.
Yeah, looking like being the second weekend in a row here at the Brick where Wigan have led by 24 points to 0 at half-time. All carried forward by Leigh. Oh, they've lost it again. They've lost it again, but they're not going to get time to form the scrum, and that will do it. That will be the end of what has been, by and large, an outstanding Wigan performance. Adam Kieran got it underway when he sliced through on the back of Evan French pass. French himself weaved his way over to make it 12 points to 0. Harry Smith had the final say after Jay Field's try. A dominant Wigan at the break. Not much of a battle of the borough tonight. Wigan 24, Leigh Leopards 0.